it's pretty even. I guess it comes down to who's driving.
And track specific as well. I think those two are the second and third both team. They're on par in my opinion. It's just whatever characteristics the track suits best for them.
Funded practically a good chunk of this. Diaby leaving for 55 million essentially brought you
another Premier League club.
The Premier League essentially funded Bayer Leverkusen's run to the top, because with just Diaby being sold, you got Boniface, you got Tella, and then you have some residue that you're able to get Xhaka with. Welcome, everybody. Today's Wednesday. Here to talk some tinfoil hat. We've got some McKennie and Alicia Lehman shenanigans. We also have the winners and losers of round one of the Euros. And here with me is German Dave. So it looks like it's never going to be all three of us in the same room just because of scheduling. But German Dave, how are you?
That's why it stays Double D, man. But before we get started, let me get a shout out to the man and the chat that beat them all, that won the competition at Bepe's channel, the winner of the new 2024-25 Juventus home jersey, our boy, Sal.
That's one of the winners of the week, Sal. Sal went over there. Both you guys did well.
Hey, I wanted to say, I wanted to give the props to the actual winner. But now I want to, to tap myself on the shoulder, because I had the most difficult task of them all, because I had to do a debate segment, like we all had to do a debate segment. And immediately, of course, my first question was if we should sell Chiesa or not. And man, I was cooking them all, and I believe personally this is the biggest victory in my life. Like I got, dude, I have 2 bachelor degrees in my bag, and I'm in a happy relationship. There's a lot of good stuff happened in my life. But that one was the greatest victory in my life, because I won a damn vote that we should sell Chiesa on Bepe's channel. Man, I feel good. So I won. What was it? 51 or 52%? I didn't see the vote actually in StreamYard, but man, it felt good to win that. After that, even if I won 10 jerseys, it wouldn't have fulfilled me as much as that victory in that debate. Man, I feel good.
It was funny because I was listening to it, and then like Bepe's like, all right, first question. I'm going to call on you, Dave. Should we sell Chiesa?
And and everybody knew. Oh my god. Hey, the look Sal gave me in the stream, he shot me immediately a message, and I was going off. And the best part, like even before I got the Chiesa question, I don't know if you saw the first round. where we got the like some factual questions. Like which player did what's that? I had the question if which player got more yellow cards, Danilo or Locatelli, and I have my Locatelli stats on point. And oh my god, I got the Locatelli and the Chiesa questions, and I cooked on them, man. I cooked on them.
Well,
Oh, brother,
it was so
that's
funny
very
because
good.
it was just ironic because I'm like sitting there, I'm like, either Beppe watches the content here and knows that
Dude,
you
it was crazy. Hey, it was crazy, and that I was the first guy. Like the whole process, I was in the top left corner, and so I was always the first, like to. I was the guy that was thrown into the cold water, basically. And dude, I was nervous at first, but man, when I saw, hey, these are my questions, either the brother knows, or it's just with the fate of the universe on the line, the aliens. What was it? The Max Kellerman quote: "The laser beam pointing on planet
Yeah.
Earth.
Oh, he's like, if I got an alien laser beam pointing on planet Earth,
Give me
and I need one person to take the 3, I want Iguodala.
Iguodala." And in that case, I want David, man. Oh man,
If
it
the
felt
fate of the
good.
world is on one man to answer a Chiesa debate question, I want David Elitog.
Oh my god, it was so much fun. Oh my god, and then I hit them with the Orsolini stats that he had the
That was
better goal.
petty, and I loved it
Oh,
because after you won, you're like,
you
"Oh,
know
by
me.
the way, before I
Yeah,
leave, folks,
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys know it's me, right?"
I knew what was happening after that. I knew it. Dude,
Uh,
if you have 48% of the chat against you, it's crazy.
Like,
It's
no,
crazy.
crazy. This guy's crazy. Okay, he still won.
Well, and let me throw throw Orsolini's stat on your heads as well, and then I bow out in glory, man. Oh
It
man.
was interesting too, because like the guy that debated you just was like his argument the entire time was our boy, and I'm just kind of like, okay, great. That doesn't answer like really why. And then same thing with Sal. When Sal, because they were debating between Coop Myers or Douglas
Koopmeiners and
Luiz,
Luis, yeah.
and I thought Sal killed that question.
Oh, absolutely. It was the same. It was Koopmeiners just because of Koopmeiners, like Chiesa just because he's Chiesa.
That's kind of concerning, right? When you have a fan base that just says Chiesa because of Chiesa, Coop Myers of Coop Myers, where Sal's like, hey, we need him because he's a defensive pivot, gives you defensive stability, similar to an Arturo Vidal profile, and that's what we need as far as building the midfield, something we don't have. And that's the thing that I was really happy to see was like you guys like gave articulate and solid answers within 45 seconds.
That's what we are doing here, man. That's what we are doing here.
So like if I might toot my own horn here and say we've probably got one of the most educated chats. Like as far as like community wise, like I think everyone that participates actively, whether it's on the live shows in the chat or on the call-in shows or even in our Discord, I think we probably have the most intelligent Juventus fan base.
Yeah. No, I think as well, like 100%, but also like I don't think that we hear other ones say, with the exception of Beppe, of course. Like there's nobody telling you like take all the reports with a grain of salt, do your own researches and everything. Don't eat anything or everything these journalists are cooking up. And yeah, be always careful with what you read, what you consume. Like do your own research on the players. Like a combination of eye test and stats, because you can't bet like on either one like 100%. It's football is always it's all football has always a gray area where both sides meet, like the analytics and the eye test. And a lot of people forget that. They look at Chiesa, they see the player that came from Fiorentina, the young wonder kid and everything. And that influences their decision making, or which player they like or which player they don't like. And I'm not okay with that. You and Dave are not okay with that. That's why we always try to do a balanced a balanced analysis of the situation.
Absolutely. And speaking of some balanced analysis is that we're going to do now is obviously there is this thing called the Euros that is going on. Round 2 officially started today, but we're not
Oh
really going to
man.
talk. I might touch on the Croatia Albania game just because my personal biases. But we're going to go over quickly, and we'll get you involved, chat too. Is the winners of losers of round 1. So for me, my winners of round 1 is going to be Romania. I'm going to throw in the Turkey-Georgia game as well. And I will throw in Germany as my 3 winners or teams that, impressed me in the round. For me, my losers are going to be obviously Scotland. That has to be thrown on there. Dusan Vlahovic is my other one.
But Scotland still has a chance.
I mean, well, round 1.
No, I have a take on all the smaller teams, but afterwards, because the depth of this tournament is incredible. Like even the small teams have like 3 to 4 incredible players. If you look at Georgia, like everybody like underestimated Georgia, the German TV and the German TV coverage, they said, oh, what a small country and everything, but dude, with Kvaratskhelia at front, with Mika Odatse at the front, and Mamardashvili is one of the best damn goalkeepers in Europe. And people were sleeping on them. And the depth that Turkey has on every position, dude, their front line with Yildiz and Güler will be incredible in for at least a decade. That's incredible, man. Like and every team has these players, and the depth of the tournament is incredible. And even a game of Romania versus Ukraine, which usually a lot of people are sleeping on. Dude, what an incredible game, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with Croatia Albania this morning.
Yep. I'm watching everything, dude. I watch the Slovakia matches. I'm watching Slovenia matches. Dude, all these teams have incredible talents, young players, like senior players. Like to watch Lobotka play for Slovakia and that squad, it's incredible, man. Like all of these players have stars in them, and all these teams have stars in them, and I love it.
Yep. And then I think it rounds out for me like the worst performers around 1 rounds out with Croatia. Obviously against Spain, they just look gassed and just dead.
Yep.
Who would be your standouts and who would be your worst out? Oh, I forgot one more. The other loser of this round is Mbappe's nose. But who do you have as
which nose?
I know what nose? It's gone now. What do you have as your standout and what do you have as your worst performers?
So my winners, like maybe it's biased, but I think Germany played the best football so far.
Yeah.
They had some difficulties today against Hungary, but yeah, if you count this game, I still think the first game was incredible. The combinational play, the passing lanes that they opened to each other, with how incredible Musiala and Wirtz work together, to have 2 strikers that are firing on all cylinders with Havertz and with Füllkrug, where nobody thought that Havertz will perform this great, but at Arsenal since December, he's firing, like he's assisting, he's scoring penalties. He has been incredible. Kroos returning to the national team, dude, it is magic. It's magical watching him, man. The control that he has over the game, getting the ball exactly where he was to. Today he had one missed pass that nearly would have cost us a goal. But overall, dude, it's magical. Gündogan finally playing a bit more up front. Usually, the former coaches of the German team played Gündogan a little bit deeper, like right in front of the. Yeah, they played him as an 8 or as a 6, but with his role now being a 10, with Kroos behind him and Andrich covering for both of them, the confidence that he has now, because he doesn't have to care as much defensively, and now he can concentrate like purely on serving the ball. And it gives you honestly a carbon copy of Real Madrid's midfield, where you have Modric and Kroos up front, and behind them a Tchouaméni or a Camavinga that is cleaning up behind them. And that is why I think this midfield works that good, because it's a carbon copy of what Real Madrid is doing. Vinny Jr., like Musiala, for example, is playing more in the half spaces. Rodrigo, like Wirtz right now, is playing more so towards the half spaces. And in addition, we have two great number 9s right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyone else that you thought did well, or is there people you want to make fun of?
Italy, Germany and Italy are, for me right now, head and shoulders above everybody else. Spain looked very, very good, but I'm not sure yet whether it was Spain being that incredibly good, or if Croatia just is absolutely cooked. It looks like Croatia is cooked, but we will see tomorrow against Italy how good Spain actually is. But these three are my standouts right now, with Germany and Italy having the edge, and Spain behind that. Maybe you can throw England there as well, because they didn't play like actually incredible football, but the control they had over the game, when they had to, they could score. And after that, dude, if you think Allegri ball is terrible, go watch Southgate ball, man. He's not a terrorist. He is the Ministry of Defense, man. Yeah, after that, Portugal and France disappointed me a little bit. And
Portugal never get it. Portugal never put it together.
No, they never do. But isn't the depth even better than the French squad or the English squad? Like, from the depth that they have?
No, it is. But the problem is just like,
man.
I don't know if Ronaldo is forcing it and causing that, but like, dude, some of these plays, some of these, like, for example, some of these passes, you just see like Bernardo Silva and them forcing it to Ronaldo, and it's like, dude, no, you're passing to 6 people just to try to get a hope and a dream to Ronaldo. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, with all due respect to Cristiano Ronaldo, but man, like, I don't think, even if he's scoring, however he wants in Saudi Arabia, which is good and fun. But in a tournament like this, where it is bare minimum to show maximum effort, and in the modern game, maximum effort, you show it by pressing. He was literally 2 meters away from the opponent's goalkeeper and didn't press him. He just stood in front of him. If he pressed a little bit, they would have won the ball back immediately, but he didn't do that. And that disappointed me. Like, I know, of course, that Ronaldo's not a pressing player, and that he wins the ball back by a high press. But if your front player doesn't do that, then the players behind him can press as much as they want. You don't have a cohesive press, and that's why you have to win the ball deep in your own half, and that way move it forward. But there's nothing. They don't create anything with speed. Rafa Leao, my God, dude, he was worse than Chiesa, man. Where were his dribbles leading?
He's to me, I think he's like just lazy. I honestly think
he's
just lazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway,
I don't know who impressed me well. Romania was incredible. Dude, they had 25% ball possession in the first half. Allegri bought the shit out of Ukraine, that has a combined front line worth of 250 million, with Dovbyk, their striker, and behind that, Mihailo Mudryk, who went for 85 and God knows how much to Chelsea. And Sudakov, who is 125 million worth in Shakhtar Donetsk eyes. Dude, and they didn't do shit.
I kind of wish Albania wasn't in Group B. That's all I'm going to say. If we weren't in Group B.
You're in the killer group, man. You're in the killer group. That's unfortunate, but yeah.
Because it's just like, for example, even today, right, where it's just like we went up and we held a 1-0 lead, held Ukraine or not
Yep.
Ukraine, Croatia to 0 shots up until
Yep.
halftime. For me, for the love of God, just leave Husai at the stadium and don't even bring him back. Just leave Husai there.
Yeah.
Like, oh my Lord. Just 2 defensive gaffes by him in 2 minutes. And I am just like, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Well, I mean, granted, don't get me wrong. Of course, Aslani, an Inter player, misses a one-on-one with the keeper to make it 2-0. Hits it right at him.
But overall, he had a great game.
Oh, he had a
Aslani
great game.
was incredible with how
I
he
thought
moved
he
the
had a
ball and everything. He was incredible. Yeah.
yeah. This Albanian. And here's the thing again. Mitai to me is probably like, even though the numbers don't show it, as far as like, because nobody goes down the left side because he's there. Like
Yeah,
Croatia.
he's a Di Lorenzo on the left side. Nobody's trying on Di Lorenzo's side. Have you seen? Everybody tried to take advantage of Di Marco because he was always that far up the field, but nobody tries that on Di Lorenzo, and that's why his numbers aren't that high.
Yeah,
And that's why I think Di Lorenzo would be incredible, man.
Well, and it's like the same thing with Mitai on the left. Like, no,
Yep.
Croatia didn't do it. Italy didn't do it. Like,
Yep.
yeah, you'll have the one clip of Chiesa nutmegging Mitai, but that essentially mounted up to nothing. But like,
Yep.
nobody is testing Mitai. Like, nobody is going to attack Albania's left flank. So it's just like, from what I was seeing on the news reports, Juve are having an issue because of the passport dilemma. Like, oh, that pisses me off so much. Because apparently he's not classified as an EU player because Albania's not in the European Union. So like if Juve miss out on Mitai because of that, I would just be so pissed off because he probably
but dude, there's always ways to make that up, man.
Because here's my thing. I don't care if they purchase him and loan him. I would just rather have Juve have control of his contract.
Do Illing Jr. and McKennie and do those they don't count as European Union players either. So if you get rid of them, that should free up spots anyway.
And Benenachea, who might be on his way out too.
Yeah. Like all the South Americans and players like that, like they would free up that space. I don't think that's an actual hindrance. Like if there's actual interest, they
should go for it if there's interest, because like you get him under 10 million, you have control of his contract, and then hell, you could loan him to someone, to Bologna or whoever you want to, and let him develop. Like, because I like him. Do I think he'd be, a primetime starter for Juve? No, but like he is, again, to me,
rotational, please.
He strikes me as
you have Cambiaso on the left, Di Lorenzo on the right, and you have him as a backup player. Dude,
he strikes me as a Motta player, in my opinion. He's good going forward. I mean, have you seen how he dribbles on the edge of the line every single time? How he's able to get through one, like today at the top of the, essentially in the Croatian half, he dribbles through 2 players while right next to the left touchline without any, like, he is so ice cold on the ball. Like, he is ridiculously ice cold. For me, like, he's hands down one of the most underrated Albanian player that like is out there right now, because like I think only a few people kind of like, and I know Beppe made a video talking about him, which is now kind of making some eyeballs on him, but like prior to that, like he is so cold.
Yeah,
so cold. And then the other player too that did very well was Manay. Like he plays in Turkey. I think he's at Beşiktaş. But he, like, the way that he was trapping the ball, he was essentially taking out Croatia's buildup from their center back, something that Broja couldn't do. Like, that was a big.
Broja is so lazy, man. It's just lazy football. That's it.
He's done, and that's what kind of sucks for Broja, was because Juve and Milan were watching that game to scout him. But I guarantee you, he just fumbled his chance badly with that. For me, it's like this is probably the best I've ever seen the Albanian national team. Obviously, if they were to get a result against Spain, it would be euphoric. It's possible, right?
Dude, Dash, from now on, like if Albania doesn't meet Turkey at some point, every game for Albania is a home game.
Yeah.
Honestly, with how many fans they have, every single game for Albania will be a home game, unless it's Turkey, dude. Turkey is is incredible. If Germany plays Turkey, Turkey has a home game. It's just that way. But Albania will have a home game in every single game from now on.
Yeah, like I said, I hope be cool if they can qualify for the next round. Is it likely? We have to see how round 2 goes, but I think you need 3 points for them to move on to the next round, but they only have 1, which again they should have had the 3. But who knows? I mean, Japan beat Spain, right? So yeah, there could be update or upsets there, but it'd be wild if they were able to get through. Because for me, I'd hope that they'd get some momentum for the World Cup. So if they qualify and come to the United States, then it's easier for me to travel and follow them around. But I told folks back then, I said, don't sleep on these guys. They've got potential to do stuff. Though if they didn't have Hussai, I think they would probably have more points than what they have currently. If Hussai wasn't on the roster, it could have been 4 instead of 1. That's my opinion. But it is what it is. I'm kind of happy. It's a great generation. Hopefully, some of these players find homes.
You will be there in the future anyway. You will be there 100% in the future. Dude, it is the bad luck of the draw, man. If you'd been in the group with what was that group? I forget. Through Romania, Ukraine. Who do they else have in that group? Is it Slovakia?
Yeah, Slovakia, Belgium.
Yeah, dude, Belgium is cooked. They are, by the way, my biggest disappointment. If Albania is in that group, dude, they may be in the group. It's just the bad luck of the draw, man. That you're in a group with those teams to get to get the point today, even though so some of the pain was caused by Albania themselves, but still to fight back and gain that point. That point is essential, man. You have it, although it will be hard against Spain. You still have it in your own hands.
I mean, we've got outside of Denmark currently. I think we've got the best goal differential for the third place team. So
yeah,
if they
you're ahead of Croatia, for example. If you get a win versus Spain in the last game day, man.
Yeah, that's why I need Spain to win. So then Spain doesn't have to try the last game.
Yeah, and then even if Italy rips up everything, you might be in the running for the four teams that will go through because of the third best ranking. Yeah. Even if you get 4 points out of this group, it's maybe essential.
I think that's all you need. I think if you get 4, you're essentially moving on.
Yep.
Because for them to get 4 points, they would have a 0 or a positive goal differential. So that would essentially move them to the top of the list, unless somebody got 6. But a guy can dream. They played better than I've expected them to. A lot of folks were expecting us to get slaughtered, and we haven't. So to score 3 goals against this group, to have 3 goals essentially, it's not a bad thing at all. So we broke the record against Italy, and we got 2 against a world-class Croatia team. So I'm not too upset there.
Yep. Oh my God. And Hungary nearly broke that record again and scored within 17 seconds against Germany today. Oh my God, we had nearly a blunder like Italy had at the start of that game, with just recklessly forcing a ball back, and Hungary forcing us, winning the ball, and just for Neuer to save it. Oh my God, I was scared that we will write ourselves in the history books. No, Italy, you're not getting that one. We'll take it from you. I was scared, man.
So
have you seen the Belgium versus Slovakia game where Belgium lost 1-0? Oh my God, Lukaku, what did the brother do again? Oh my God, 2 goals he scored from offside again because he couldn't keep his toes behind the line. Man, he had 100% that he missed. Oh my God, man, that Belgium generation that everybody said, oh, it's the golden generation. Dude, they didn't do shit, man.
They're terrible.
Croatia at least got to semifinals. They went into the World Cup finals, man. Croatia like did something, and Croatia was also doubted or called a golden generation, and they proved something. But dude, what is Belgium doing, man?
Oh yeah. Speaking finally, I cannot talk today. Finishing this off, I saw this one thing where apparently there was a debate on Twitter. Apparently, people are arguing whether or not club football is better than international football, and folks are saying international football is way better. And then you have some plebs that are saying club football will always be better from quality to emotions. It's a daily thing. It's not even close. I call bullshit on that. I think international football, from an entertainment perspective, is probably more preferred because it's something that's not always there.
Yeah.
I love club football. Quality is better. Oh, shut the hell up.
Look, club football is the marathon you are watching over a whole season. You have your team and you support your team. You either laugh at the end of the season or you cry, or it's just, it's a nothing season where you are like somewhere in the middle of the table where you won nothing, you lost nothing. That is the marathon you are enduring. And the international tournaments, or in this case, or the Club World Cup next season, is the cherry on top of the cake. That's the sprint you are getting. That's the excitement you are getting, where all the players from the leagues that you have been watching for 8 to 10 months, you get the accumulation of all these players within one tournament. So it's a dream scenario, man. Everything that the whole season built up is accumulating towards that tournament. Players that reach their potential, or players that have become better and proved themselves, are working themselves into the national team and into these tournaments. You're seeing new generations of players. Like, it's
Nobody knew who Yildiz was until that game against Georgia. Nobody knew besides us.
The German coverage, like, I was surprised by it, but the German coverage, with how incredibly well they talked about Yildiz, they mentioned him even more than Arda Güler. Which is crazy.
So this is interesting because I was seeing some pundits say Yildiz should switch to be more of an interior midfielder, like a 10.
No, if you put him into midfield, and lots of Juventinos want him as well for us to play a sort of a 10 or hybrid 9 role. But if you give him space on the left, the space that he gets on the left, if you give him time to speed up, to work his dribbles against the opponent, he's deadly when he gets space, and that's what he showed against Georgia as well. And I think that's where he's on his best.
Yeah, absolutely. The other Juve player I kind of mentioned is my loser. That doesn't surprise me at this point, but I saw it was funny because of like the fanfare and like the noise that was going on social media was Dusan. I messaged you guys in Discord. I'm like, did I miss something? Like, what the hell is going on? Like, everyone was nuking him on social media. And then I like saw some of the highlights, or like, for example, I rewatched it. And I saw some of the clips again. And I'm like, it's just an every week situation that we deal with. I'm like, is this what people were losing their minds over?
No, the problem is it wasn't trash. It wasn't trash, but it wasn't great either. Like, he played a part in build-up play, but the problem is that he was, because they played with 2 strikers up front, and Serbia usually plays either with Mitrovic or with Vlahovic. But the problem is that they played Vlahovic in the Chiesa role, or what Chiesa should have been playing, at least, but as the second striker. But sorry, Vlahovic as the second striker, that doesn't work at all, because you depend on him being creative. And sorry, but the brother is
the only thing that's creative is his outfits.
He's less creative than a loaf of bread.
Yeah, I was gonna say his only creativity comes in his suits and his outfits that he puts on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, because I was like watching this and I'm like reading these comments and I'm just like, dude, like, are we like, I was like sitting here, I was like, am I missing something here? This is how he normally is. He can't trap the ball. His passes are mediocre. I'm like, what else is new? That's
Yeah.
why I was just like a little bit thrown off. Where I'm just like, because it's
No,
you have
it
all
was
the.
the usual.
It was funny because you have all the Arsenal fans are like, oh, we almost spent 80 million pounds on this blood. good gracious, we didn't buy him. Like that's all I was seeing, and everyone was
Yeah,
clowning this guy.
but they also spent 80 million on Nicola Pepe or Nicolas Pepe. Congratulations on that one. Are we now? Do we have to congratulate Arsenal on every good transfer because they have been that the past years?
To me, they will forever be a small team. And then the other thing too was like the insane amount of glazing that Chiesa got was I thought that was. This is where we said it on Saturday. I'm like, is this a tinfoil hat theory that Gentoli's trying to hype him up, paying the journalists to hype him up so he could sell him?
Dude, I can't believe it.
I've never.
He was okay. He was okay, dude. What was the hype? He had a couple of dribbles. He had one shot.
He's a TikTok player.
Oh my god.
He was a TikTok player because, like, for example, it's just for me, it was frustrating because it took away from what Scamacca was doing. It took away from what Jorginho was doing. It took away what DeMarco did. DeMarco gritted his teeth and fought for that one laser beam that Barella hit. That apparently Husay didn't want to mess up his hair, so he ducked. But it's just like I'm sitting there and I'm like, what is there to glaze about Chiesa? Like Chiesa nutmegged Mitai one time, and then in the second half, Mitai like shut him completely down.
Yeah.
So
Dash, can you for 1 second respond to this message by Dal? Because I 100% agree. Every time we have a war in the comments is because an Arsenal fan is tooting his own damn horn and is crying because they can't win shit. Yes, you're 100% right. Arsenal fans are the worst. Dude, it's always them. Nobody's fighting like other teams and whatever. Dude, you haven't done shit in years. What the hell are you talking about? They had the audacity to get into the comments because we are stealing Douglas Luiz right in front of them when they tried to get him the past 2 years. And then they didn't get him. And now we are getting him, and they have the audacity to call us a smaller club than Arsenal. Us. That's what they are doing. That's what they are doing on their channels and the comments, under comments of Italian social media posts, and the comments of their own videos. Dude, Arsenal fans are unbearable, man. Oh my god, they're the worst.
Chelsea's always going to be the bigger club from London.
Oh my god.
Hell, West Ham has won more European trophies than Arsenal.
Yeah. How is it possible that a perennial losing team like Tottenham, we like them more than we like Arsenal?
I think we pity them.
No, yeah, a little bit maybe, but
also, I think we pity them.
Yeah, but also they're humble, man. They're not tooting their horn. Oh, we're winning the league this year.
No,
but
who's
doing that?
The only time they get annoying is when they beat Arsenal and they make a documentary of beating Arsenal. That's generally the Tottenham play. Like they'll play shit but beat Arsenal and make a documentary.
Yeah, dude, Arsenal. Oh my god, dude, I hate them more than Inter. Here, you got it. That's my hot take.
That's not even a hot take. That's not even a hot take. No, it's just it's ironic because it's just like the only time that they were legitimately good was Thierry Henry. They fumbled Robin van Persie. Hell, even with Thierry Henry, they fumbled that. I mean, they got the Invincibles, but congratulations, we did it and we did it better. Bayer Leverkusen did it and they did it better.
They won a double, by the way, on the way.
They did.
Dude, by the way, I'm a little bit sad that Leverkusen didn't win the Europa League, because then, without the shadow of a doubt, Leverkusen's invincible season would be head and shoulders above Arsenal.
Arsenal only won the league. That's it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's I don't know, man. It's just like I don't know. It's so funny. I know. It's just they're. I can't put it into words. I really can't.
They're holding on to 20 years, or they are holding on to something that is 20 years ago, because they haven't won shit after that. and that's
we won the Community Shield. That's a trophy.
Oh, congratulations! Congratulations!
One-off game.
That's a trophy more than Tottenham, I guess. So you may be above Tottenham a little bit.
Yeah, that's.
Meanwhile, Chelsea were winning leagues and Champions League. Liverpool were winning leagues and Champions League. Manchester United had a dominating era. Manchester City winning Premier Leagues and the Champions League, dominating now for they're winning like 5 out of the last 6 Premier Leagues. My God, dude, you haven't done shit. So quit coming in the comments after everybody when you haven't done shit.
Yeah. All right.
So sorry that I exploded that way, but I
No,
fucking hate them.
I
Oh my God,
enjoyed all of
I
it.
despise Arsenal. Oh my God, I despise
Yeah,
them.
Arsenal are like the Dallas Cowboys, honestly. They
Oh,
really
they're
are.
worse, man. I hate the Cowboys. Arsenal is worse than them. Oh my God. I don't think that I can drop a whole Stephen A. Smith monologue in here, and dude, oh my God.
All right, so let's talk some real business now, because this has been surfacing and going amongst it, and it is the thumbnail that you guys have clicked on as well. But McKennie, Aston Villa, Juve, Douglas Luiz, it's an absolute mess right now. I really don't know what to make out of this. All I know is apparently McKennie wants $2 million in a severance package because he doesn't want to go to Villa. And then now they're saying that McKennie's asking for a contract worth nearly $5 million, and it's just a bunch of shit all over the place. And now, in exchange, instead of not offering McKennie, Juve have decided to offer Berenachea into the trade deal for Douglas Luiz. And now Juventus fans are losing their damn mind, saying, no, Berenachea is going to be the world's greatest regista, just like Ravella. But I don't know really what to make of the situation. I think we'll just have to really wait and see towards the end, once things go, because I think the deal is going to get done before the 30th of June. It has to get done just for financial fair play reasons. But I don't know. For me, it's like a lot of folks are saying, why don't they just pay the $2 million in the severance package and get this done with, right? That, for me, my opinion, that sets a really bad precedence, because then for players like Artur and some other bums that we're trying to release, then they'll be like, give me a severance package and I'll be in any transfer deal. I think it sets bad precedence, and I think Gentile was wise not to do it from what I see. But apparently now with it being Berenachea, Juve have to pay like $8 million more to get the deal across the line. I mean, it is what it is.
But then it's 28, which is still all right.
It's still fine.
Yeah, and you can sell McKennie then maybe for a bit more money. Like if you find a deal like that he agrees to, then you save the 2 millions that he wants also, and you find him a club that he agrees personal terms as well. Yeah, it may be for the better. My problem is that first of all, the coverage was so weird that at first you didn't know. Like it was very like obvious that there's something wrong with the deal, or that there is like something that is altering the deal, because the past days, do you remember how sure it was? Like,
it's
nearly
done.
nearly everything is done. Like Juventus and Aston Villa confirmed already. Also, no issues on Ealing Jr. and McKennie and Douglas Luiz. Like all terms agreed. And now this came up. And I don't know if it's a media play again, if it's something to make Weston look bad to get him out of the club, or if it's actually like Weston saying, no, I want my I want to be compensated for leaving the club and going to a team that I didn't choose myself. And if that is the case, I understand him, man. Like if my workspace wants to trade me to a different company or whatever, and I'm saying, but I earn more money here, I'm happy here, or whatever, I have my family here, then you have to compensate me to leave to a different company, or to leave work or whatever, So I think from his side, it's completely normal, man. He's human. Everybody wants to maximize his personal opportunities, and He does that as well. And that's why I have done this somewhat provocative thumbnail, because it's incredible how people are blasting him. It's crazy. You have to imagine yourself in him, like in his shoes. Like you're getting, like the club wants to include you in the deal, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At first, because of course it is without talking to him, because the first contact happens with Aston Villa. Hey, we are interested in that player. You are in this situation. We would like to make a deal happen. What would be necessary to do it? And Aston Villa says, yeah, that amount of money or this and that player and whatever it until we meet the value of 60 million, like all things added together, and we'll do it. And then you throw in Weston McKennie because number one, he's a midfielder and we have too much midfielders and they need a midfielder, so you can insert him perfectly into the deal. So I guess Juntuli put him in that deal without asking him at first. Like
He tends to do that a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, like it would be my guess that he did it without like talking with Weston himself or his agents or whatever. And yeah, that's then what happens if you try to close a deal without the agreement of a player. You want to send him to, like, sorry, but England has become its own continent. You want to send him to another continent, basically. And of course, I wouldn't be like in love with that treatment too, if I'm him. If that is the case, I completely understand him. Compensate me, and I'm leaving. And yeah, if
He's got a
that's
no
a
trade
problem,
clause. He has a no trade clause in his contract.
yeah, hey, it's what imagine the NFL players have. It's crazy to me still to this day that NFL players can't say no if they get traded, man.
Well,
Dude, how crazy is that?
yeah. Well, it's part of the thing, but I mean, even with this isn't technically like a trade. It's more so, hey, we'll give you 60 mil cash, and then
And we sell you to them. Yeah,
we sell you that.
it's a forced sell, basically. Hey, we are selling you to there, and you can't do shit about it, basically. And he says, yeah, I can do shit about it. I want 2 million more in my pockets, and then I leave.
Yeah. Well, and again, right, where it's like it's on Gentile either A, to not pay it and find a different alternative, or B, pay it, but that causes a bad precedence as far as other player movements and things like that. So it's like I don't understand though, like, for example, why people now are just like, oh, we need to sell that gosh damn hamburger now. And it's like, are you guys effing serious, dude?
By the way, we
Go
still
ahead.
have to sell him. We still have to sell him because we will have too much midfielders and he doesn't fit this midfield. We still have to sell him, but not because you want him to get sold, because you don't like him anymore. That's the wrong point.
Yeah, it's almost like I don't understand. He's going to be moved anyways. You're still going to get the money anyways. I think for me, the fact that you're only paying 25 million by giving them what's his face, Illing and Baranachea, to me, those are 2-0 burgers in my opinion.
Yep.
Like, I don't think Baranachea is going to be this world-renowned regista.
No.
It's like, for example, it's the same thing with Ravella. Everyone was like losing their mind that we sent Ravella over to Lazio and like, oh, we sent this amazing Italian regista. Yeah, how's that working out for him? The Lazio's getting ready to sell him. So it's like, people are just like losing their mind. They're like, oh man, but better than a chair. It's like, come on, man. Like, stop it. His team still got relegated. You can't change the fact of that. And the fact that you're able to you're able to get a midfielder that is rated over 70 million, mind you, and Juve only have to pay 25 million out of pocket. Mind you, again, with Illing and with Baranachea, both of those sales classify as 100% capital gains.
Yep.
It's good business.
Yep.
It is. McKennie will probably get sold because he's not going to renew and he's not going to get a salary raise. Or he might be sent somewhere else that's a more friendly for him for a player swap or anything like that. Like, there is no end of the world here. There's no need to go after McKennie and call him a fat slob or some other shit like that. It's if it is what it is, right? Like if Gintoli kind of made the agreement there, like, hey, we'll give you McKennie without consulting McKennie. Are you mad? Because could you imagine your boss saying, hey, yeah, we're sending you over here. And you're like, wait, I wasn't asked about this.
Yep.
Like
100%.
Can you be mad at him for it?
No, I'm with you 100%.
And then my favorite thing is because he's at like what, $2.5 million at Juve. So like his contract demand at Villa was like $4 to $5 million, and then like all the the Juve buffoons are like, wow, you hype this guy up because of his grinta, and now he's demanding $5 million from Aston Villa, and that's why the deal's not getting through. Do you guys realize that, a $2 million contract in Serie A is equivalent to about a $5 or $6 million contract in the Premier League because of revenue sharing and how that all goes?
Dude, people understand that inflation.
Do you understand like how stupid you would be to go to the Premier League and play for $2 million a season? If you are a national team player and you played almost 38 games for a top tier Italy club and you are going to a mid-table team that
By
had
the way, won a title as the Coppa Italia winner.
like, McKennie having essentially the season of his life in the midfield for Juve and is probably one of the more flexible players. And he's going to Aston Villa and might go into a better situation per se. So it's like, do you kind of get the logic there that like, hey, Premier League inflation, I should probably ask for more money? Like it's like for you guys, right? The only time you would leave your job is to go to another job for more money.
Yeah.
Like, can we use that logic for a minute here? Like, I'm going to go to a different job and get paid the exact same. No, you want a 10% raise. You want a raise essentially.
Yep.
So it's just like I don't understand why folks are sitting there and they're bashing McKennie. Oh, all of the Grinta fans hyped this kid up and now he wants $5 million a season. Yeah, in the Premier League, not at Juve. You have a buffoon that apparently runs really fast and can do nutmegs that wants plus $8 million a season. And we're gonna glaze over that idea, right? Like, can we have some continuity here? Because it's funny because the same folks that are blaming McKennie for wanting a raise by going to the Prem, not staying here, but going, he wants $5 million in England. But you have a 26-year-old man-child that wants 8.5 or more, all because he can do a couple of nutmegs.
He can't even do those anymore.
Like, am I missing? Like, am I missing something here? You mean the same kid? He's not even a kid anymore. He's 26 and turned 27 years old.
26. He's in his prime. Don't call him a kid or a
He's
talent.
not a kid.
He's at his prime.
How about a man-child?
Yeah.
Man-child. But like, you have that where, like, for example, Orsolini did it with less minutes, less time, and produced more.
Only 2/3 of the minutes that Chiesa played, he played, and he had the better goal contribution output.
Because I have yet to hear an argument, like a genuine good argument for renewing Chiesa or keeping Chiesa and investing.
And remember, he has a year left. Yes. He will go. And right now, I thank the gods that his value is still okay, because Sky Germany reported on Monday that there are a couple of clubs around him, and that because of that, his value rise from around 25 to 30 to 35 to 40. So Bayern is interested, Liverpool is interested, Arsenal is interested. Like, there are actually like a lot of clubs, like, thankfully, behind him.
Send Chiesa to Arsenal. You can be a perennial loser with them.
Oh my God! Can you imagine how much I will hate then on Arsenal? Oh, brother, it will be fun. It will be fireworks,
great.
Dude. Oh, dash Arsenal watch-alongs. Oh my God, we have to do Arsenal watch-alongs.
It'll be a
no, but what I'm saying is right now that he still has some value, because the
Cash in.
more days we are losing towards June 30th, he is going into his last contract, into his last contract year. If we don't cash in now before the 1st of July, or certainly we won't during the 1st of July, because Italy will go pretty deep into the tournament, I believe. So before at least the season starts, you have to sell him. To
You have
cash
to.
in. Whatever, if
You have
it's
to.
25, 30, 35, 40, of course I want the max, but we don't know if that's possible, number one. But also we just have to, man. We just have to sell him, or we end up in a situation where we lose out on in between 30 to 40 million if we keep him for a season, because we won't renew him for 8 million. And that is what he keeps insisting on. He's not going down on his demands. And that's the problem. So if we don't sell him now, we will lose him for free, and then everybody will be crying again. Oh, how couldn't they renew him? Yeah, because the brother wants 8 million. That is 16 million on the books for him. That is 16 million on the books for a dude with 9 goals, 2 assists per season. 16 million on the books. Dude, that's crazy.
I mean,
That's crazy.
I hear his replacement won't
We
be
have
too-
to sell him 100%.
I
We
think
have to sell him.
his replacement won't be too shabby, right? Salamakers. It's funny because we were talking about that. You and I were talking about that at
Yep.
some point. Where we were like, Mota wants like expendable wingers, like a Salamakers, and then all of a sudden, Salamakers was linked to us over the weekend. So,
Yep.
like you can tell, like for example, the wingers that we're being linked to are essentially, I don't want to say like they're not. None of them are world class like superstar wingers. They're
But
all
they're technically
expendable.
good. They're
They're
technically
Yeah, they're technically gifted, but they're expendable.
Yep.
Because I'm really confident to say that. To me, for it's like I don't see Mota wanting to invest more in his wingers than he does on the players that play in the middle of the pitch. And I think if there's, and it's again, it's more of like a blue collar operation. Because like for example, for me, wingers will forever be the running backs of footy.
Yeah.
Like it's just like the thing in the NFL and football, you don't pay running backs. And in footy,
Yep.
it's you don't pay
100%.
wingers.
You're right.
Like you don't
You're
pay straight up out and out wingers.
Right. Yep.
Like for example, if they're flexible like Mbappe, where you can play in the middle, play on the left, on the right, all over the place, like Vinny Jr.
Yep.
Like then yeah, it makes sense to invest long term, right? But if it's just
Like Yildiz, like a Yildiz. Yildiz with his versatility, he is one of those that can play in nearly every system, and he's a guy that you try to keep as long as possible. But Chiesa is one dimensional. That's a problem.
exceptionally one dimensional. And like he's like, oh man, Spalletti played me on the right and I felt good, and it's like, you're 26 years old and you don't know what your fucking play style is, and you can't even do more than one play style. It's just run really fast.
Yep.
Like how are you an elite player if that's all you can do?
Man,
It's like
he's not an
Teo
elite
Wall.
player.
He's
Yeah,
not.
he's not an elite player.
Antonio wants us to do Italy versus Spain predictions. I want Spain to win 2-0. I want. that is what I want. Sorry, I hate to be that guy. I have to be selfish because I need to give Albania a chance. Spain, so I need Spain to win.
I will support you, my friend. I will be all the way there with you.
But let me try to be unbiased here, right? Italy have
unbiased Italy, in my opinion. 2-1.
Yeah,
2-1.
Unbiased opinion. I would say Italy could cheese a game out against Spain.
But for Dash, for Jeff, for the Albanian community here, we say Spain.
So I would say this, Antonio. I would say the question is how well can the midfield three of Pellegrini, Barella, and Jorginho navigate what essentially is going to be Spain's press. If your midfield three is able to open up options against Spain's press, I think, and again for me, I think Scamacca is going to be the key. I think Scamacca is going to be crucial for you guys as far as facilitating the ball, maybe Chiesa will get a couple of dribbles and nutmegs that people can vote him player of the match again, and feel good about themselves. But I think that Spain game is going to be essentially, can DeMarco handle that 116-year-old that apparently runs really fast for Spain? So he's going to be the next Spanish player to tear his ACL. But essentially, it's going to be, how does DeMarco handle that run from that right winger that they have? I think it's Lamal. I think.
Yeah, Yamal, Lamine
Yamal.
Yamal.
So
and also Nico Williams on the left is, oh my God.
So it'll be, yeah, we're fucked because Husay will not be able to stop that guy. So hopefully they left. Hopefully they left Husay in Hamburg.
Poor Husay. Oh my God.
Can we just leave? Can we just leave him in Hamburg?
Man. Oh man.
That's all I'm saying. Just leave Husay away.
Make it look like an accident.
Revoke his passport. But we'll see, right? Because I think you guys might not like me for this, but for me, I'm concerned with Calafiori's defensive ability. Like offensively, he looks great, right? But like, for example, he got beat by an over-the-top ball in the crunch time.
Yep.
So it's just like, it makes you wonder, like, yeah, we're glazing this guy. And it's like, for me, what concerns me is how hard we glazed Locatelli the last Euro for a game. And then it's just like, you get the result. So I would, to be honest with you, I'm not upset if we don't get Calafiori this summer.
I would still love him, but like, I'm not throwing my PS5 controller against the TV if we don't get him. But yeah, of course, I still want him. Oh my God, Dash! One more thing, all these posts putting his head next to Alessandro Nesta, Cannavaro, to Maldini.
So corny.
Oh my God!
So
chill with
corny.
these youngsters. Oh
It's
my
the long
God.
hair. It's the long hair. I'm telling you.
Oh my God, man!
Do you see the one post I sent you in Discord where somebody made fun of Marco, and then Marco got mad about it?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Dude, there was a great tweet. I don't know if you shared it in Discord. Aura is the new word for men that find the other men attractive but don't want to sound gay. Aura.
Oh, that's such a weird terminology.
But it's so fitting because Vlahovic posted about himself. Aura. Do you remember at Monaco?
Oh yeah, we made fun of him for it.
Yeah, that one, and then he changed it to a king emoji. Which is
he watched the show and he said, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't post this."
Oh my God.
Should Italy switch to a back three against Spain? I would say so. I think you'd be really exposed in a back four because of Spain's high press. Spain will always do a 4-man diamond press. So if you're playing in a back three, it'll give you more flexibility.
I would never go to a 3-man back line with Italy because it takes away the most dangerous asset, which is Chiesa.
Who?
I got you there.
The nutmeg guy.
I got you there, right?
The nutmeg guy. Federico Chiesa. Who?
Oh, man.
Oh, he's the guy that does TikTok plays, that makes all the kids wet their pants on TikTok. That's who that is.
Oh man.
So I found the tweet between these guys. This was actually hilarious. So we're gonna share this. So Mr. Bonetti says this Calafiori stuff is getting ridiculous now. Prime Maldini being put in the same breath as the generational talents of the past. Yes, he's promising, but he's also got a ton of room to grow. Oops, I zoomed in a little bit too much. Yes, he's promising, but let's not forget that he got beat bad by Mane there, which almost gave them the equalizer. Again, if it wasn't for Donnarumma's armpit. So this guy responds by saying, "People like your coworker, my guy. I have Team Marco and I have TV," saying stuff like that. He got beat pretty bad with an amateur mistake, the only chance that Albania pretty much had in the second half. If that went in, we'd be talking different right now. And then this is his response. He says, "Nobody says he plays like Maldini unless it's a troll. The only reason they're in the same sentence is because of the hair and because he's the second youngest defender since Maldini to play in the Euros for Italy.
Thank you.
Let's not fight each other. We're on the same team."
That is actually cogent analysis until we're on the same team, because we never are. But Dash, are we even allowed to comment on it, because we are jobless bastards?
Yeah, you can't make fun of Marco, guys. Unfortunately, if you do, you're unemployed, according to Matteo Bonetti. So,
oh my god, we should rename the YouTube channel to Aura
Sports.
Aura Sports and Entertainment. Oh my god.
You see, that's funny because like I've never seen him backpedal from that statement so bad, because how many times they've glazed and made clickbait comments and shenanigans that their social media team does, and then someone calls him out. No, I just said it was for hair.
Dash, a petition if we get Alvaro Morata for 12 million, which, you know, I'm a defender of this deal because I absolutely love him. A petition to call him Aura Morata.
Or Rito.
Aura Morata, because he's handsome and I don't want to sound gay.
Oh man, I'm doing the awkward laugh that the one guy hated. Oh, F that guy. But anyways, so speaking of Alvaro Morata, right? So there's potential movement of Keane going to Atletico and Morata coming to Juve. So there is actually a chance there. So you might actually get your wish.
Hope so, man. I hope so.
Could you imagine him as like a genuine backup option?
Dude, he's great.
I think he'd do better than. I think he'd do better than Dusan.
Dash, even if you sell then Vlahovic, you don't have to have Morata as the starter, but imagine you get a 20 or 25 million striker who are there in European football. You can get them. And then you do a striker tandem, man. Rotate them however they're in form. And then you have like whoever you are buying. You have Morata, and you have Milik as the third choice, because nobody is buying Milik after his injury now. So we have three really good options, man.
Could you imagine they sell Dusan and buy Xerxes?
Yeah, but now Manchester United is into that deal, and they are splashing their money everywhere. Like
they're whipping Manchester. Who? Oh, you mean the losers at Old Trafford that can't afford to get their stadium properly renovated? Those guys, but they're still going to drop, 60, 80 million for, I believe the fidget spinner, Anthony.
Oh my God, Anthony! One of the worst purchases in the history of football.
Does he still have a professional career?
And by the way, he had these issues also. Dude, has Manchester United become the home for players with domestic issues? Oh my God. Dude, they're accumulating them like Thanos accumulated the Infinity Stones.
Domestic abuse FC.
Now we need Jerome Boateng, the third one.
I heard he's looking for a contract.
He has a contract. Las Glintz signed him. He plays for an Austrian team. The team that Chris, I believe Chris is his name, and Discord supports. His team got Jerome Boateng.
Really? That's actually interesting. I didn't expect that. I thought he'd be looking for a contract. I didn't think that he'd have one.
He played for Salernitana. I don't even know if he saw a minute on the field, because I haven't looked into his stats, because I don't care about him and I hate him as a person, because he's actually convicted of the stuff he did. So I despise him and I try to ignore him as much as I can. And dude, he would fit Manchester United's the project they are building there. Yeah, but it's a little bit serious, a little bit of joking. I'm not accusing of Manchester United being like a problem club in that sense, but it's Man,
they are.
it's real to have the players with those accusations. There's somehow being in the same city and the same
They
same
still
stadium and the same
re-signed
locker room.
Ten Hag. They re-signed him.
Yeah, but he won the FA Cup, Dash. He won the FA Cup. He won the trophy every season he coached there, Dash. He won the Carabao Cup his first season and the second season the FA Cup. The man is a perennial winner.
And a perennial record setter.
But he somehow still sent Chelsea to the Conference League because he won the damn FA Cup. Oh my god. Poor Chelsea, man. Poor Chelsea went into the right direction, man. Since January, Chelsea was one of the best teams in the Premier League. They Pochettino actually improved them, and then Ten Hag made it to the FA Cup final and said, "Hey, bench forward, baby, I'm coming." Oh my god.
Oh, here's a good one. I saw this from this is a Bayern Munich fan that tweeted this. De Ligt went from Juve to Bayern and it revived his career. Now it's Kiesa's turn. And then someone's like, huh?
Oh my god. Hey Dash. Please, I want to see Chiesa in the Bundesliga against actual incredible defensively set up teams. Please, I want to see it. Oh my god.
Like, what? Does this person not know that De Ligt is on the market?
Oh my god. And by the way, Bayern won't get a lot of him. For him, sorry. They won't get a... Oh my god.
15, 20? Oh my
Dude,
goodness.
Bayern has become a joke of a club with how they led the past 2 to 3 seasons, man. Incredible.
I mean, it's like us. They lost everybody, except they didn't lose 15 points.
Yep. And still, I don't want people to forget they became third. They weren't even second this season. VfB Stuttgart was second in the Bundesliga this season. I don't. Everybody keeps forgetting Stuttgart because everybody's praising Leverkusen, but man, Stuttgart finished also in front of Bayern on P2. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. But it looks like I think really there's not really much any other news outside this whole Douglas Luiz, Alicia Lehman thing.
Yep. A short and sweet one. Kostic is injured.
Yeah.
Kostic will miss the rest of the Euros. I don't know if he will be out long term, but at 100% will hinder finding a deal for him. With having now an injury that will last about a month. Right now, during the transfer window that will start in about 10 days. So that's bad news. Milik is injured, so Milik had even surgery, I believe. I don't know how much he will for how long he will be out, but Milik will be out. So that takes
10 to 15.
1.5 players out of the market. Which means another season with Kostic.
Yeah, I don't see him getting sold. It's going to be hard for him to be sold. Did they say how long he's going to be out?
Kostic?
Yeah.
Kostic, they said at least until the end of the Euros. He will miss, even if they make it to the final, he will be out until mid-July.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, but I don't know if the 2 weeks he has left during July, if those are enough to find the deal to do medical checks and everything with a different team.
Mm.
That's my problem. And Milik, I don't know, but it looked a bit more serious. I think it was a foot injury.
I thought it was something with his knee. I didn't think it was a foot injury.
Oh, then he saw. Sorry, yeah. And he had surgery on it, and I think he may even miss more time. So I think Milik is off the market. So why not Morata? Get my guy.
Morata for president 2024.
Yeah. Aura Morata.
Or it's Orvaro Morata.
Yeah, man.
Orvaro Morata. Man, I'm trying to look like I'm grasping at pebbles right now because really the
No,
Euros
we
are
went through everything. This can be
yeah.
a short, sweet one.
Yeah, because the only thing is Charlie, but Charlie's going back. There's absolutely no way in hell that Charlie will stay. So Charlie's gone.
I think we went through it. We talked Luiz, we talked mac and cheese, we talked Premier League. We shit on Arsenal, which is contractually obligated. We laughed at Ten Hag. Did we miss something? We mentioned the bench. I think we went through all our points.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can shut this sucker down unless you guys in the chat have anything else you want to throw.
One last point.
See, told you.
I think tomorrow's game, Italy versus Spain, like from the name power, the teams and everything, it may be one of the best game we will see during these Euros.
Yeah, you'll see Spain
Just
versus wannabe Spain. It's Spain versus wannabe Spain.
Everybody, get your families, like watch it together, because that will be an amazing game. Dude, it may be football history. God knows, maybe one of these teams will be the European champion, and then you can say, man, I watched an incredible game in the group stages or whatever.
Please don't let it be Italy. I don't want to hear people try to justify Chiesa.
Yeah. I'm just saying from the quality and everything, this is 100% like from the name power and everything. This is the best match of the Euros, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Chiesa nutmeg hat trick for this one, where he gets 3 nutmegs, and all the commentators lose their mind, and all the Chiesa fans lose their mind on social media.
Do you know what my biggest fear is? That he gets injured in one of these games. That's my biggest fear. That's my biggest fear, and then we have him. You can't sell him, and he's gone. He's gone for nothing.
He's like Dybala. You couldn't sell him because he was hurt all the damn time.
Dude, that's my biggest fear.
Yep.
But yeah, hey, it will be an incredible game. I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a good watch. But alrighty, folks, we're all set here. So obviously, guys, we'll see you on Saturday for the Colin Show. We'll do some more Euro recap, I think, more so. Predominantly, we'll be doing some Euros live stream. He means one. I don't know if anyone's available for it.
I'm watching the game with family. I won't be able to do a live stream, but if it's a crazy team, I'm not supposed to do a reaction stream or whatever. Because that's on the evening, and I have no family obligations. And it's a crazy game or something to talk about. Maybe we can do spontaneously a stream or something.
Yeah, so if something breaks the internet, we'll probably do it. Something, right? But same thing with me. I won't be home at the time, so I won't be able to do a watch along for that one. But alrighty, you folks know what to do. Make sure you like the old video. Make sure you do the old sub-rooney if you haven't sub-roonied. And we shall see you guys on Saturday.